what if money is actually spiritual?
Money.
We spend years chasing it. We spend years chasing it.
You're leaving already?
I have to.
We wake up early for it.
Come to bed.
Give me 5 minutes.
We stay up late, thinking about it.
We build careers around it, argue about it, pray about it, save it, spend it, fear losing it.
Daddy, are you coming?
Hi.
And sometimes sacrifice things far more valuable just to get more of it.
I think faith affects every part of our lives.
Even our money?
Yet when conversations turn spiritual, money suddenly becomes uncomfortable.
We talk about faith, purpose, prayer, character, generosity.
But money?
That feels different. Too material, too worldly, too practical to be spiritual.
But what if that assumption is wrong?
What if money is actually one of the most spiritual things we interact with every single day? Not because money itself possesses some mysterious, supernatural power,
but because of what money can reveal about the person holding it.
Your fears.
Your priorities.
your desires.
Your trust.
You don't have to do that.
I know.
Your generosity.
Your identity.
Even your definition of success.
Perhaps the real question isn't simply, is money spiritual?
Perhaps the deeper question is, what does your relationship with money reveal about your spiritual life?
And once you begin looking at money through that lens, something fascinating happens.
Money stops being... Warju.
Thank you.
But just currency.
It becomes a mirror.
Money is just an object. Or is it?
Imagine placing a $100 bill on a table.
It doesn't speak. It doesn't breathe. It doesn't make decisions.
It doesn't have morals. It cannot love anyone. It cannot hate anyone.
By itself, money is simply a tool.
And throughout history, humans have used different tools to represent economic value.
Coins. Gold. Silver.
Paper. Shells.
Livestock.
And today, increasingly, numbers on digital screens.
The physical form changes, but the basic idea remains.
Money represents value.
It allows us to exchange our time, our labor, our resources, our skills, and our possessions.
So technically, money itself isn't good or evil.
But something interesting happens. The moment money enters human hands.
It begins to reveal things.
Give two people the same amount of money, and they may do completely different things with it.
I don't know how to thank you.
You don't have to. One person may feed a struggling family.
Another may gamble it away.
Someone may invest it.
Someone may hoard it.
Someone else may use it to manipulate people.
What exactly are you asking me to do?
You know what I need.
The money hasn't changed.
The person has.
And that's our first clue.
Maybe the spiritual significance of money isn't found in the object itself.
Maybe it's found in the relationship between money and the human heart.
Because money gives our desires something incredibly powerful.
Options.
You needed this money too.
I know. And when people have options, their priorities become visible.
Money is a mirror.
There's an experiment you can perform, and it might make you uncomfortable.
You don't need a laboratory. You don't need expensive equipment.
You only need your bank statement.
Look at where your money went during the last 3 months.
For me, family always comes first. Ignore what you say is important to you.
Ignore what you post online.
Ignore what you want other people to believe about you.
Just follow the money. What story does it tell?
Food.
Family?
Entertainment?
Education?
Status?
Generosity?
Debt?
Experiences?
Appearance?
Security?
Convenience?
Nothing on that list is automatically wrong.
But together, your spending patterns begin forming a picture.
They reveal nothing important here, what receives your attention.
And often, what receives your money receives your attention too.
This is why money can function like a mirror.
It reflects priorities we may not even realize we have.
At the end of the day, family is everything to me.
Your family's waiting. But if the pursuit of wealth,
I'll make it up to them,
constantly keeps them away from their family, their financial choices may be telling another story.
You really care what people think? Me? Never.
Someone can say, "I don't care what people think about me."
But if they continually spend money they don't have to maintain an image they can't afford, money may be exposing something deeper, a need for approval.
Someone can say, "I trust God. Whatever happens, I trust God."
We'll figure this out. We'll figure this out.
You don't understand. We could lose everything.
Yet the possibility of financial loss may completely destroy their peace.
Again, this doesn't automatically make someone bad or hypocritical.
Human beings are complicated.
But that's exactly the point.
Money has a strange ability to uncover those complications.
It can expose the distance between our stated values and our actual priorities.
And perhaps that is one reason money appears so frequently in spiritual conversations.
Why does the Bible talk so much about money? If you read the Bible carefully, you'll notice something surprising.
Money appears again and again.
Wealth.
Debt.
Greed.
Generosity.
Possessions.
Giving.
Inheritance.
Stewardship.
Poverty.
Contentment.
Jesus repeatedly used financial situations in his teachings, adri, and parables.
Why?
If spirituality is only about
prayer, worship, and the afterlife,
why spend so much time discussing something as ordinary as money?
Perhaps because spirituality was never supposed to exist separately from ordinary life.
Think about it.
I've always believed in helping people. I hate asking, but I really need help.
I'm happy. I really don't need anything else.
It's easy to claim contentment when you're getting everything you want.
It's easy to say you trust God when your bank account feels secure.
Things are just things.
So, will you sell it?
It's easy to say possessions don't control you when you've never been asked to let anything go.
Money turns abstract beliefs into practical decisions.
That's why one of Jesus' most famous teachings about wealth is so powerful.
For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also.
Notice the connection. Treasure
And heart.
Money.
And spirituality.
material possessions,
and internal devotion.
The message isn't necessarily that possessing money is evil.
The warning is about something much deeper.
What possesses you?
There is an enormous difference between having money and money having you.
You can possess wealth without worshiping wealth.
And you can have very little money while still being completely obsessed with it.
That's important.
Because greed isn't exclusively a rich person's problem.
A person can have millions and be extraordinarily generous.
Why are you doing this?
Because someone helped me once.
Another person can have almost nothing and still spend every waking moment consumed by envy, comparison, and the desire to possess what others have.
So the issue goes deeper than the amount in your account.
It becomes a question of authority.
Who is serving whom?
Do you control money?
Dad?
Or does money control your emotions?
Does your income determine your identity?
Does your net worth determine your self-worth?
This isn't what we agreed to.
No, but it's what pays. Would you compromise your values for enough money?
You knew about this? Would you betray someone for enough money?
Would you abandon your purpose for enough money?
Would you sacrifice your health, your relationships, or your integrity if the price were high enough?
These aren't merely financial questions.
They're
spiritual questions.
because eventually, money forces us to confront something uncomfortable.
Slow down.
Everyone has a price.
Or at least,
everyone is tempted to have one.
Think about what this could do for you.
No.
And character is often revealed when that price is offered.
Money promises something it can't fully deliver.
Money is powerful.
Prayer matters, but I still have to feed them tonight.
Pretending otherwise doesn't make us spiritual.
Money can provide food, shelter, healthcare, education, transportation, safety, experiences, opportunities,
and freedom from many forms of unnecessary suffering.
Financial stability breaks the cycle.
Matters.
But problems begin when we ask money to provide things it was never designed to provide.
We ask money for identity.
You finally made it.
Money says, earn more, and you'll matter.
We ask money for significance.
Now this is success. Money says, own more, and people will respect you.
We ask money for security.
Money says, save enough and nothing can ever hurt you.
We ask money for happiness.
Money says, buy one more thing.
And that's where
the cycle becomes dangerous.
Because one more rarely remains. One more.
You're not gonna believe this!
The salary that once felt enormous eventually feels normal.
The car that once felt luxurious eventually becomes transportation.
Can you believe this is ours?
The house that once felt like a dream eventually becomes your address.
The achievement that once seemed capable of changing everything eventually becomes another line on your resume.
This doesn't mean ambition is evil.
It means human desire adapts incredibly quickly.
Yesterday's miracle can become today's minimum requirement.
And unless something deeper anchors your identity, you can spend your entire life moving the finish line.
Just a little more.
After this quarter, then I'll relax.
Just one more promotion. Then I'll feel successful.
Just one more investment.
Then I'll feel is secure. Just one more milestone. Then, I'll finally be enough.
But enough never arrives, because the problem was never the number.
The problem was asking money to answer a spiritual question.
What makes my life valuable?
Now we reach one of the strangest things about money.
Giving it away.
From a purely self-protective perspective, generosity can appear irrational.
You worked for the money. You could use it. You could save it. You could invest it.
Why willingly give some of it away?
Because generosity does something inside the giver.
It challenges the belief that accumulation is the highest form of security.
It reminds us that money is a tool rather than a master.
It forces us to look beyond ourselves.
And perhaps most importantly, generosity reveals whether we truly believe there are things more valuable than money.
Imagine someone quietly paying a student's school fees.
Your fees have been covered.
By who?
They wanted to remain anonymous.
Helping a struggling parent buy groceries.
I have this. You don't have to. No, it's okay. I'll put some back.
Keep them. It's okay.
Supporting someone during a medical crisis.
Funding a community project. Helping a friend start again after losing everything.
You don't have to rebuild alone.
In each situation, money becomes more than purchasing power.
It becomes compassion, translated into action.
Money can buy food.
Mom, who helped us? Someone who cared.
But generosity can communicate. You are not alone.
Money can pay a bill.
You didn't have to stay.
I wanted to. But generosity can communicate. Your life matters to me.
Money can purchase resources.
But generosity can restore dignity, create opportunity, and sometimes change the direction of another person's life.
That's when money becomes fascinating.
The same object people fight over can become an instrument of love.
The same thing associated with greed can become a tool of sacrifice. Again, the money didn't change.
The heart, directing it, did.
This conversation needs balance.
Because discussions about spirituality and money can easily fall into two extremes.
The less you have, the less the world can control you. But does having less automatically make someone good?
One extreme says, money is evil. Therefore, having less makes you more spiritual.
Your success proves your faith. The other says, if you're spiritual enough, God will automatically make you rich.
Both ideas oversimplify something much more complicated.
Poverty can create real suffering.
There is nothing glamorous about not being able to feed your children.
There is nothing spiritually superior about crushing debt, unemployment, or lacking basic necessities.
At the same time, wealth does not automatically prove divine approval.
A large bank account doesn't necessarily reveal someone's character. Money can be earned ethically or unethically. It can be inherited, created, invested, stolen, saved, given, lost.
Money itself doesn't tell the whole story.
So perhaps the healthier question isn't, how much money do you have?
But who are you becoming because of the money you have or because of the money you want?
Sir, could I have a minute?
Not now. Does success make you more arrogant?
Or more responsible?
Does scarcity make you bitter?
Don't ask what you can buy with it. Ask what you want it to do for you.
Or wiser.
Does abundance make you selfish?
Or generous.
That's a lot of money.
I know. Does your pursuit of money strengthen your values?
or slowly negotiate them away.
That's where the spiritual conversation becomes personal.
There's another reason money reaches so deeply into our spiritual lives.
Fear.
For many people, money isn't primarily about luxury. It's about survival.
What if I lose my job?
What if my business fails?
What if I can't pay rent? What if there's an emergency?
What if I become poor? What if I can't provide for my family?
These aren't imaginary concerns. Financial hardship can have devastating consequences.
Planning, saving, and preparing are wise.
But fear can quietly transform preparation into obsession.
You begin believing that if you can just accumulate enough, you'll finally become untouchable.
But how much is enough?
One month of expenses? 6 months? A year? $1 million? 10 million?
At what number does uncertainty disappear?
The uncomfortable answer is, it doesn't.
Money can reduce certain risks. But it cannot eliminate uncertainty from human existence.
The wealthy still experience illness, loss, betrayal, grief, accidents, disappointment, death.
Eventually, every person encounters realities money cannot negotiate with.
And that's when another spiritual question appears.
Where does your ultimate security come from?
Consider this perspective. Money is often stored time.
You exchange hours of your life for income.
8 hours today, 40 hours this week, thousands of hours over a career.
That means when you spend money, you're indirectly spending pieces of the time, energy, knowledge, or risk required to obtain it.
Suddenly, money becomes much more serious.
Because your life has a limited number of hours.
You can earn more money.
Daddy, look!
But you cannot earn another yesterday.
This is why endlessly sacrificing your life to accumulate money deserves careful examination. There is nothing wrong with working hard. There is dignity in productive work. There is wisdom in building resources for yourself and the people you love.
But what happens
Is Dad coming?
He's still working.
when making a living prevents you from actually living?
What happens when you become financially successful, but relationally bankrupt?
He gave us everything. I just wish we'd had more of him.
What happens when your children inherit your money, but barely remember your presence?
What happens when everyone knows what you achieved, but you no longer know who you are?
What happens when you build an impressive portfolio but lose your health?
At that point, the question isn't whether you made enough money.
It's whether the exchange was worth it. Maybe we can finally answer the question: is money spiritual? Money itself is a tool.
But our relationship with money reaches deeply into spiritual territory because money interacts with almost everything happening inside us. Fear, trust, greed, generosity, identity, purpose, envy, contentment, power, compassion, security, faith.
Money amplifies.
In the hands of a generous person, more money can mean more generosity.
I want to make my own decision.
Then make sure you can afford it.
In the hands of a controlling person, more money can mean more control.
In the hands of someone driven by insecurity, more money may simply create more expensive ways to seek validation.
That's why getting more money doesn't automatically solve the deeper problem.
Sometimes it simply gives the deeper problem a larger budget.
Perhaps financial transformation must therefore involve more than learning how to earn.
We also need to learn how to think.
How to give, how to wait, how to say no.
How to define enough.
How to enjoy something without worshiping it.
How to build wealth without allowing wealth to build our identity.
Because at the end of your life, your bank balance won't be able to tell the complete story of whether you were truly wealthy.
There are forms of wealth that never appear on a financial statement.
Peace,
Integrity.
wisdom,
Faith.
Friendship. Family.
Purpose.
a clear conscience, a generous heart, the ability to sleep peacefully at night.
And there are forms of poverty that can exist inside enormous mansions.
So maybe money isn't spiritual because paper, coins,
or digital numbers contain some mysterious spiritual force.
Maybe money is spiritual because of what it reveals.
Give a person money, and eventually you may discover what they value.
Take money away, and you may discover where they placed their security.
Give someone an opportunity to make money dishonestly, and you may discover the price of their integrity.
You'll probably never get another offer like this. Then I'll live without it.
Give someone more than they need, and you may discover the depth of their generosity.
Money is a mirror.
And sometimes we don't like what the mirror shows us.
So here's a question worth sitting with.
If someone studied the way you earn, spend, save, and give your money, what would they conclude you truly worship?
Not what you say you value, not what you want to value. What would your financial decisions say you value?
Because perhaps the most important financial question isn't, how can I make more money?
Maybe it's, who am I becoming in my pursuit of it?
And perhaps real wealth begins when money becomes your servant instead of your master. If this documentary made you think differently about money, faith, purpose, and the way we live, subscribe to the channel.
Here, we explore the deeper questions hiding behind everyday life, the questions that challenge what we believe and make us examine why we believe it.
And before you leave, answer this in the comments. Do you believe money is spiritual? And what has your relationship with money taught you about yourself?
I'd love to hear your perspective.
Subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this conversation.
Because sometimes the things that look the most ordinary reveal the deepest truths about us.